You want to be rich, right? Well, what if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you might already be rich and you just don't know it yet? But first, what does it even mean to be rich? See, if you make more than $34,000 a year, you're in the top 1% of income earners globally. That's right, if you're watching this video on your smartphone while sipping a latte, congratulations, you're already richer than 99% of all humans who have ever lived. But that doesn't feel rich, does it? And that's because wealth, like many things in life, is relative. In 1930, economist John Maynard Keynes predicted that by 2030, that's just a few years from now, we'd only need to work 15 hours a week because technology would make us so productive. He was right about the productivity part. The average American worker today produces as much in 11 hours as a worker in 1950 produced in 40 hours. So why are we still working 40+ hour weeks? Well, that brings us to something called the hedonic treadmill. Imagine you're running on a treadmill, but the treadmill keeps speeding up. No matter how fast you run, you stay in the same place. That's what happens with wealth and happiness. Studies show that once your basic needs are met, somewhere around $75,000 a year in most Western countries, additional income provides diminishing returns on happiness. This was demonstrated in a famous study by psychologists Brickman and Campbell, who found that lottery winners were no happier than control groups just 1 year after their windfall. Meanwhile, people who became paraplegic were only slightly less happy than average after the same time period. Your brain is literally designed to adapt to your circumstances. It's called hedonic adaptation, and it's why that promotion or raise you thought would change everything didn't. But here's where it gets interesting. The reason you don't feel rich even when you statistically are rich isn't just biology, it's by design. See, there's an entire industry built around making you feel poor. It's called advertising, and it generates over 600 billion annually by convincing you that you need things you don't actually need. The average American sees between 4,000 and 10,000 advertisements per day. Each one is carefully crafted to create what psychologists call manufactured discontent, the feeling that your current life is somehow insufficient. Social media amplifies this effect exponentially. When you scroll through Instagram, you're not seeing reality, you're seeing a highlight reel. Studies show that people who use social media more frequently report lower life satisfaction and higher materialism. It's like voluntary psychological manipulation. Now here's a fascinating thought experiment. What if, instead of trying to earn more money, you could just become richer by moving? This is called geo-arbitrage, and is exactly what digital nomads figured out. A $50,000 salary in San Francisco makes you lower middle class. That same $50,000 in Bangkok, Thailand makes you wealthy. In rural Vietnam, you'd be aristocracy. The cost of living varies so dramatically across the globe that you can literally become richer without earning a single additional dollar. A Netflix subscription costs $15 in the US, but only $3 in India for the same content. But perhaps the most profound way to become rich without effort is to understand something that most people get completely backwards: the relationship between time and money. We say time is money, but that's not quite right. Money is just a tool for buying time, and the wealthy understand this instinctively. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in history, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He could afford any mansion on earth, but he realized something crucial. Beyond a certain point, more stuff doesn't buy you more time, it costs you time. This is why the truly wealthy often live surprisingly modest lifestyles. They've discovered what psychologists call voluntary simplicity, the idea that having fewer possessions can actually make you richer in the ways that matter. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the most powerful force in the universe. Whether he actually said that or not, the principle is sound. Small amounts, growing consistently over time, become enormous. The same principle applies to contentment. Every time you resist the urge to upgrade, to buy something new, to keep up with the Joneses, you're making a compound investment in your actual wealth. Consider this. The average car payment in America is $563 per month. If you drove a reliable used car instead and invested that $563 monthly in an index fund, earning 7% annually, you'd have over $1 million after 30 years. That's the power of not spending money you don't need to spend on things you don't actually need. Here's something that will blow your mind. There's a form of wealth that you can access instantly without earning a single additional dollar, and it's more powerful than you think. It's gratitude. This isn't just feel-good philosophy, this is neuroscience. Studies using brain scans show that gratitude activates the same neural pathways as cocaine and other addictive drugs, but without the negative side effects. People who practice gratitude regularly report higher life satisfaction, better relationships, and improved physical health. Dr. Robert Emmons at UC Davis found that people who kept gratitude journals for just 10 weeks felt 25% happier than control groups. They also exercised more, had fewer health problems, and were more optimistic about the future. In other words, gratitude literally makes you richer in every way that matters, and it costs absolutely nothing. So here's the ultimate paradox. The secret to being rich without effort is realizing you might already be rich. If you have enough food, shelter, clean water, and the freedom to make choices about your life, you possess wealth that kings and queens throughout history could only dream of. You have access to the sum total of human knowledge in your pocket. You can communicate instantly with people anywhere on earth. You can travel across continents in a matter of hours. The question isn't whether you're rich. The question is, will you notice?